I do want to sit down and talk to Authur K just a little about the entertainment industry, about the music industry. There is a lot that happens behind the artist, behind the star, that makes them into this big name that you end up seeing and loving so much. So as we get Authur here, Kwach, where's Kwach? Where did Kwach amesahau ako job? Amena home. Kwach amena nyumbani? Unbelievable. Amena kutafuta feedback literally. Amena kutafuta watu kwa.
It is not easy. It is not easy, Amina.
How?
It is not easy. This job of looking for feedback, we do it everywhere. Unaenda kutafuta kwa, right now I was just outside on the streets asking people, what do you think? Uko hapa sahi unafanya nini? Mbona uko nyumbani uone isho? They were telling me nice things, Amina, but we are still gathering feedback.
Okay.
People are happy with the new talents that we are introducing in the industry.
Okay.
Yeah, at Mackenzie is already saying that he loves her work, that she should keep going. And this is the spirit, Amina. So, hata usiponiona hapa jua niko, the spirit is here. I am with you.
Kwani ni pombe? Ati the spirit? Quite unanifurahisha. Anyway, okay. Just don't go far. You know, I don't want the spirit. It would be nice to have you present. It would be nice.
Amina, you know.
Can the spirit read social media?
Amina, you are those ones who we go to the in-laws and then you are like, hata kijana wetu hapa alikuwa anataka kuongea na nyinyi. He has been very supportive towards the initiatives za hii familia. Akona kitu kidogo ya kusema, kuja uongee. When the person literally has nothing to say.
Anyway, so we just needed to get ready. Thank you, Coach. You're such a great sport. You are wonderful. Kidogo wants a speech. Anyway, but we have Authur K joining us right now. Hi, Authur.
Amina.
Mambo.
It's been a minute.
Yani, this is me throwing him under the bus because he came to bring Loriana, and I was like, nah, we have to talk about the music industry just for a bit. So, Loriana, where did you discover her?
So I found out about her on YouTube. I was just checking through stuff, and boom, I landed on her. And I did my thing, and I got to get to know her mom, and we discussed business.
Yeah.
And I think that's what most people don't understand, that show business is just like any other business.
Yep.
If you're building an empire, you start with a foundation. There's a whole lot before you see a beautiful building. So the same thing, before you see an accomplished artist who is winning awards, who is doing great stuff, there's a whole story behind it that actually never makes it to the media, is never seen on Instagram or TikTok or all these social media platforms that exist as of this day.
Yeah.
So it's a whole journey, and that's what I think I want today to make sure people appreciate, that what we have, and when you see an artist, there's a whole team, or there's a lot of, and there's an army behind him. There's a lot of thinking, there's a strategy, there's a plan, you know, there's investment. Because one thing I have to say is you have to find somebody who also understands that this is an investment that ought to yield some income or some profits at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so I think that's the part that most people in this country need to understand. And I think we are lagging behind. And the reason I say that is, let me use an example of an artist who I met when he was a nobody, and that is Diamond. I think when I met Diamond, I believe when I met Diamond, because it's a true story, he was only being managed by Babu Tale. He only had one manager. But as time grew up, as time went on, and as he grew up, what happened? He got two managers. And they've never been...
Salim, I think.
Salam, yeah, Salam.
Yeah,
and
Sanam,
now he's managed by two managers.
Yeah.
But behind those two managers, there are other people like Kubwa Fela, there are other people like Jose Kusaga. You know, there are people who are fueling the whole vehicle to continue moving. So I think that's one thing we need to embrace in Kenyan music industry, is that there's a team and there are people who have to be behind the scenes, who are not known, who are not seen, who actually make this person be
Yeah, and I feel like you can also tell the difference. You can tell the difference between an artist who is properly managed,
Yes,
and not those ones who, you know, you're the manager or you are the one who's influencing the manager.
Yeah.
No, the manager is playing their role.
Exactly.
They have a job.
Yes.
They tell you or
Yes.
they advise you rather,
Yes.
and you know it's up to you to take it or not.
Yes.
But you can tell the ones who have structure, have, you know, strategies behind
Yes.
everything that they do, and the ones that don't. Why is it that some artists fail to understand the very important role that management plays in your career?
Because I think in Kenya, we have what we call bedroom hits. Bedroom hits is somebody who went to a bedroom studio. So the studio itself is not structured. There is no business plan behind it. There is no strategy behind it. And what they did, they just recorded, and miraculously, they got a hit song. And that's all they have, a hit song. Now, there is no strategy behind that hit song. There is no strategy behind the artist. There is no plan. So the hit song is out there. It's a big song, but there is no plan. There is no any strategy behind it. I'll give you an example. The first time we ever had the name Genge, and I want to say, you know, I'm happy to be here at NTV. This is where we started a lot of, you know, what people know as a music industry in Kenya today, with the beat, the stomp. They all started here. And, you know, this is the home of entertainment in Kenya, if you ask me, because we slept sleepless nights here in this studio, building the music industry that people know today. You get, and I'll give you a perfect example of, let me use an example. There are so many examples, but let me pick the one for Genge. So the first time I met Clemo, he actually came here at NTV, and he had this great idea of giving Kenyan music. At that time, we were calling Kenyan music local music. And this young man walks in and he says he wants to see Authur K, and we have a sitting with him, and then the conversation became so excited. So we walked around the Nation Center for like 10 times, just discussing this notion of why don't we give this Kenyan music industry an name? And the name he had was Genge at that time. So me and Clemo discussed it. At this time, nobody knows Nonini, nobody knows Juakali, and he shows me the product he has, and then we strategize. I tell him we need to have a plan. We need to come up with, you know, a definite strategy on how to put this thing out there. And we started it. And before you know it, at that time, Kapuka was the biggest sound in Kenya, but we were able to introduce Genge. And that's how we got the Noninis of this world, the Juakalis of this world into play. But you see, there was somebody who was thinking something, and then we got involved in a bigger way with the media house that existed at that
powerhouse
that Nation Media Group is, and we were able to establish Genge. It's from Genge that we have Gengetone. It's from Gengetone that we've seen the revolution of the Kenyan music industry. But then the one problem I've had with the Kenyan music industry as Authur is the female artists. We have such a shortage of female artists.
Wait, so when you were looking online, you were looking for a female?
Yes, I purpose to concentrate on female artists.
Yeah.
Because we don't have what I would say a variety of enough female artists. If you look at the latest or the artists who are right now making it in the Kenyan music industry, if you name the top, today we were having a very serious discussion that is, we are planning something for Africa. And so we were to nominate or give the 5 big names in the music industry in your region. If you seriously sit down and do that list for this region, you'd be shocked how many female artists would make it.
Loriana, let me ask you, who are your favorite female artists right now in the game?
My favorite?
Currently.
Currently?
Yes.
Tanasher. Tanasher, Nadia Mukami. I think for now, I major on those 2.
On the 2?
Yeah.
Nikita, I think, is also
Nikita
pretty
is
awesome.
doing very
Yeah.
well. I'm so happy for Nikita. I'm so happy for
Jovial.
Jovial is doing very
Jovial
well.
is, yeah, she's
So,
doing her
I mean, Avril is still there and doing her stuff. But again, it's still a small cluster. Once you name the 5 or
You're
the
right.
6,
when I think
it's
about
done.
Uganda, when I think about Tanzania, like you name so many girls,
Yes.
even the guys.
Yes.
So I hear what you're saying. You're like, from the top of your head, you shouldn't be thinking. You should be like 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
2,
4,
3, 4,
5.
5. You understand?
You kwama at number 11.
Yeah, and also look at this. If you look at the market in Nigeria right now, the Remas of this world, the Fireboys, the Rugas, the who else?
Rema, was it? Did you say
Rema. I said Rema.
Oh,
I said
okay.
Fireboy. I said, if you look at
Arya Stark, I think.
yes,
Is
if
that
you look
her?
at all those young boys,
Oh,
they are
the
below
boys.
25.
They are.
So what are we doing as an industry? Are we gonna sit back and watch these 21, 23, 22, 24 years old from Nigeria dominate the African continent for the next God knows how many years?
And we have talent.
And we have talent. Why aren't we going to look for a 19, 20, 21, 22 years old who are out there or who are willing to step out? You get? And we support them. You know, one problem I have with our country, and I hope the people who are listening to me or the people who will get to listen to me will understand is, when Gengeton came in, some people fought Gengeton. You shouldn't fight that which is your own. You should find a way of correcting that which you feel is wrong. But the Gengeton vibe is our vibe, and we should own it, and it's alive, and it's what the teens are responding to. So what we should do, those of us who are experienced, those of us who have the clout, is to guide it into the right direction. And tomorrow, you never know, Gengeton can be the next Amapiano in the continent.
That's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I believe in discovering what these teens. I'm a believer of going. I'm no longer a teen. I mean,
True.
so I believe in going to what they believe in, what they love, taking it and now giving it guidance with the experience and the clout I have.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Having worked, I consult for MTV, I consult for Trace, I consult for so many international artists.
Yeah.
You get
You're
our Coke Studio Africa.
Talent, yes.
Let me tell you something Kenyans don't know. I was the talent manager for Coke Studio, the entire African region. You understand? Do you know what that means?
Wait,
it wasn't
so
a Nigerian, it wasn't a South African, it was me, a Kenyan. Now, what we need to do is use what we know and what we have experienced and what we have learned to build our own. And we need everybody to come in and support these 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24-year-olds that are coming out on their own.
Yeah.
And they're saying, I've got the talent, I know I'm not perfect. Loriana is not perfect today. So was Emikos Gay when I started working with Emikos Gay. So was Daddy Owen when I started working with Daddy Owen. So was Churchill when we started off with Church. So are so many names I can name here today. Esther Wahome, Ben Gidai. All these people, Bahati, I met them when they were nobodies, when nobody knew them. But with working with them and seeing what you can do here and there, looking at it from a business point of view, today they are big names. So today people look at Loriana here on your station and they're like, oh, she's just another young girl. What you don't know is, if we work well with her and she follows the plan and we have a strategy and a business plan, in the next 2 years, this will be the biggest artist. Now, what I love about Loriana is that she can sing in English, she can switch to Kiswahili. So that's what we need to, because we are a nation that speaks both Swahili and English.
Yeah.
If ukikaa chini na jamaa myang leo, ata switch, ataongea Swa-English. Yeah, we are a Swa-English nation.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's what we need to encourage. We need to tell them, yes, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not brought up in shags. Even the shags of today is actually modernized. So if you look at the young people in shags today, they dress the same as those people in Nairobi.
True.
So history ati Kiswahili. Kiswahili is good and we love it. It's my national language. But we are in a generation that embraces both. You get? So we need to embrace this young generation. We need to come in full support. Those of us who are experienced, those of us who have names, those of us who have the wealth to support them. Because the other thing I'll tell you about Nigerian music, and you need to understand, is who is really behind Nigerian music. The people who have the wealth, the people who have the resources in Nigeria actually are the ones who have gone to the United States of America and paid for these radio stations in America to be playing these Nigerian songs. Let me tell you even what they've done more. They've even come to our country, here in Kenya, to push the agenda of the Nigerian music. So we need everybody who is out there, who is listening to me, to come together and purpose. If you are a radio station owner, if you are a programmer in a TV station or in a radio station, we need to come out strongly and make Kenyan music our agenda. If you're an investor, this is the time. We are in 2022. For how long shall we be talking about playing Kenyan music? I mean, I'm tired. I've talked about that. I've been a fighter all my life.
Yeah.
I have been hated for standing for,
up, yeah.
you know, for standing up for
Yeah.
Kenyan music, for fighting for copyright to be done in the right way, for these copyright bodies to do the right thing. I've been out there. But I think at 2022,
let's stop.
surely let's stop talking
Yeah.
and start acting.
And start acting.
Yeah.
Wow, we should have had a whole conversation about this before. I'm so inspired. Even I want to start talking to young artists and tell them about the things that I do know and what didn't work for me in music. And Authur is absolutely right. And I think this is the same even with Wasafi. You know,
Yes.
you hear about the names that are behind it.
Yes.
Because if you want to see the industry succeed and you have an influential role that you could play, that you're a resource of any kind, please help out. You know what I mean? Like, if you own a radio station, it's 2022. Kenyan music is dope. Like, stop. You know, we do have content. The videos are good. So thank you so much, Authur. Thank you so much, Loriana. You are in such great hands. Just please work hard and do your thing, okay? Thank you so much, Authur. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
I know you didn't come for an interview.
Yeah, I did come for an interview. Actually, I don't do interviews, you know that.
Yeah, I know. But
I
for
don't.
me, and because of something
Yeah,
he's
for-
extremely
yeah.
passionate about,
Yeah.
we just needed to talk about it. So I'm hoping that you're going to bring me more younger artists.
Yeah. Right now you have Loriana.
Yes.
So guys, look out for her music. We've just started. We'll be rolling out more stuff for her. What do you have to say?
Yeah, and I would like to say they can follow me in my social media platforms. That's
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
Okay.
Kila pahali, it's Loriana. But in Instagram specifically, it's Loriana_official.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Thank you so much, Mom. You have been very patient. The whole family is here. Thank you so much, Authur.